Good evening and welcome. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. What a day. What a day this has been. Fast-paced developments. First of all, as responsible journalists, and this is going to be my sincere request to all the political analysts as well, to all those who choose this day to say that, see, I told you so. I predicted that this would happen. Please, don't do that. Because nobody did. Nobody knew what happened. But this is a saga which has seen more than 16 turns and twists and still counting. The latest one right now, where 50 MLAs of the NCP are now back with Sharad Pawar. Only 4 at this moment are non-committal. These are the pictures from inside that meeting. The latest pictures, which were playing just a short while ago outside the YB Chavan Center, is of a bus. It is quite possible that these 50 MLAs will be taken somewhere, and we are back to the resort politics that India is pretty familiar with of late. Let me introduce my guest this evening, Mr. Asif Bamla, spokesperson of the BJP in Maharashtra, Sanjay Gupta, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, with me in the studio, Deshratan Nigam, a political analyst right here, Nalini Singh, senior journalist, Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni is a writer and columnist, will be joining us in just a short moment. Tehseen Poonawala is here as well. Niranjan Shetty, the spokesperson of the BJP, as well as Sudhir Suryavanshi is a senior journalist. Action-packed panel, lots to discuss. In just a short moment, we'll have Mr. Pawan Khera, spokesperson of the Congress as well. Let me kickstart the discussion by asking a straight question to Mr. Sanjay Gupta of the Shiv Sena. Where do you see yourself? Frankly and honestly, where do you see yourself right now? Do you see a Shiv Sena chief minister in the state of Maharashtra?
Yes. अभी तो बहुत सी चीज़ें देखिए, जिस तरह से अभी एनसीपी, कांग्रेस और शिवसेना तीनों सुप्रीम कोर्ट में गए हैं, इससे साफ पता चलता है कि जो विधायकों का समर्थन चिट्ठी लेकर के जो राज्यपाल महोदय को दी गई है वो फर्जी है और वो ठीक नहीं है। और ये जो कहानी जिस तरह से गड़बड़ झाला किया है, जिस तरह से जो कुछ किया है, इसका रिजल्ट बड़ी जल्दी मिलेगा, क्योंकि किसी भी फर्जी आधार पर किसी सरकार को नहीं चलाया जा सकता।
Okay. Tehseen.
The floor test will actually prove who actually is the real Chanakya or whatever words that you want to use. But I still believe this isn't over as yet. For some reason, as a political analyst, I cannot come to think about this. All of this happened without Mr. Senior Pawar somehow knowing about it. And the question that I want to continuously raise, and I've been raising since morning, is this Mr. Senior Pawar's way of saving Ajit Pawar as well as saving his party? So he has his cake and he eats it too. Is that it, or was Mr. Senior Pawar genuinely backstabbed? I can't put my finger on it, but knowing, I'm from Pune, knowing the Pawars, I feel Mr. Pawar has his hands in both the pies, his fingers in both the pies.
How do you say that, and why are you so sure?
Because now Mr. Ajit Pawar gets a clean chit. For example, how does the BJP, Asif Bamla, my friend sitting here, attack Ajit Pawar? The minute now you attack Ajit Pawar, either with ED or with anything else, he's got a clean certificate from the BJP. So you've saved Ajit Pawar. At the same time, if Ajit Pawar and the Shiv Sena doesn't split and it doesn't happen, well, Mr. Pawar is still with the secular forces and he continues to get the Muslim votes in Maharashtra, which comes to Mr. Pawar along with the Maratha votes. So he's lost nothing and he has his hands in both his pies, his fingers in both his pies. I cannot see Mr. Pawar being backstabbed and him not knowing about it.
Okay.
I've grown up looking at Mr. Pawar, and I'll give one example. I remember as a kid, I read the front page of a newspaper. Mr. Pawar was in an interview saying, if it was not for the Congress, what would I be but a farmer? The next day, the next morning, he quit the Congress on Mrs. Gandhi's foreign origins and formed a new party. Yesterday, he was saying this. So, I mean, for me, it's difficult to believe Mr. Pawar didn't have his finger. I feel he has his finger in both the pies.
Okay. Very, very interesting comment. I wish we had someone from the NCP, but let me ask this question of Mr. Bamla. Mr. Bamla, do you agree with this assessment? That Mr. Sharad Pawar knows?
Tehseen is a very good friend of mine and a very fine analyst. I will not get into that zone and that area because I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to defend my party, which I want to defend by saying that what
is
wrong.
This, whatever we see, a result of a meeting between
can I submit? I'm not
Sharad Pawar as well as
can I not submit
Prime Minister Modi?
Statement at least?
40-minute long meeting.
Well, of what has been updated to the media is what I know of, that it was a cordial meeting and it was for the farmers distress in Maharashtra. So I will definitely say that because I can't quote things beyond a point because I'm officially speaking here on behalf of the party. Now that is one aspect of it. But what I am saying is people are talking things, but I'm asking what was the reason for the Shiv Sena? We fought with an alliance with the BJP. We fought on a similar common minimum program, and you had and what was BJP left with if not to do this? Okay, we tried our level best. We tried to reach out. The phones were not being taken of the Honorable Chief Minister. So there was no option in a situation like that. Okay, fine. You were given a chance to form a government. The Sena was called. The NCP was called. 1 month meetings top to bottom. Delhi, Mumbai, common minimum program. आज ये DCM होगा. कल वो Speaker of the House होगा. उस पर कल meeting में झगड़े हो गए. What, you made a mockery of Maharashtra? Is that the way you go about? You've taken 1 goddamn month to decide a government. Okay, we decided we will sit in the opposition. We didn't have them. We had the mandate.
No, but you're not.
We were
you're not
forced to
sitting
sit
in the opposition. No.
And today,
you're not sitting in the opposition.
Shiv Sena turns out. No, gentlemen, today
if
Shiv
Sena,
Sena has become like a holy
Congress
cow.
and NCP is an unholy
Shiv Sena
alliance,
has become,
then what is BJP and NCP alliance?
Yes.
Or BJP and Ajit Pawar alliance?
I agree with it. Now tell me, in order to ensure that the Khichdi Sarkar doesn't come in Maharashtra, a Sarkar which will fall off the development work that the Modi government and the Fadnavis government has taken up over the period of 5 years.
Okay, tell me something. Tell me something, Mr. Bamla. What gives you the confidence? Because as of this moment,
of the fact,
Mr. Bamla, one moment.
In spite of the fact that
one moment, let me ask you a question.
We are. No, let me complete.
Let me ask you this question.
We are the single largest party.
50 MLAs of the NCP are now back in Sharad Pawar's meeting. One moment. 50 MLAs of the NCP are now back with Sharad Pawar in that meeting. They will hopefully be aboard that bus which you see on your screen right now at the NCP office, and after that they will go somewhere, maybe to a hotel or a resort. Now I want to know from you, where does that leave you with Mr. Ajit Pawar? You add just 4 MLAs.
As far as the MLAs boarded the bus, I am not supposed to speak on those lines. But what I want to say, the Honorable Governor has given a floor test day. We will see it. We will see what happens on that day.
No, I really wonder what gives the BJP so much confidence despite seeing these pictures.
No, we are confident of the numbers, and rather than me talking, let the numbers speak on the floor of the House. It's not far away. It's just a week from now.
Okay.
So
now see,
let's wait for the D-Day. It's been a good
with
day for us, and I'm
three-party
sure
alliance,
it was
the numbers were adding up. It was pretty obvious. But I don't know how the numbers will add up for the Bharatiya Janata Party with 50 MLAs back with the Mr. Sharad Pawar. Deshwatan Nigam and Nalini, would you want to?
See, let us be very clear. Everybody knows the mandate was not ideal. And it was ideal for having a one-party rule out there. It was a truncated mandate. So one would assume that the parties would not be able to take an ideal path. And nobody wanted an election, re-election to be taken place. So there would have to be these kind of permutation combinations were bound to happen. So when the MLAs who are duly elected are holy, how can you call an alliance by the same MLAs with somebody else unholy? So this is the compulsion of this particular mandate to try various combinations. And if the leader...
So if they are trying, so is the BJP.
So, because nobody wants election out here.
Yeah.
So to say that particular is holy, unholy, that
no, but then you also don't call it holy. No, my point is, if you look at the BJP, they also are calling that alliance unholy.
No, this is pragmatic approach, and everybody today out here is taking a pragmatic approach because nobody wants an election out there.
Sure.
So they are trying, and if somebody goes to Mr. Fadnavis ji with the letter, and that is the legislative party leader of NCP, then the governor is bound to believe it. If somebody else had said, like Dhananjay Munde or somebody else had gone, then probably he would have asked, call the MLAs. Now, because the leader of the CLP enjoys the confidence of its MLAs, now situation has become very fluid. That person is himself removed from that post, somebody else has come. But it has not ended. Let me tell you, this is just a meeting that has happened. You don't know what has been decided inside, whether they'll support or not support BJP. I presume as of now
that they will support the BJP.
No, possibly. All possibilities are open. Because no decision has come out from that meeting. Except that person, Ajit Pawar, has been removed from CLP's post. Nothing
I'll
else
tell you
is
what the
clear.
new. I'll tell you what the new. Not the CLP, the NCP Legislative Party.
Yes.
So the new leader, Mr. Jayant Patil, has said that we have had a 90% ghar wapsi. Right? Now, what do I make of this statement? If I listen to Tehseen Poonawalla and you, it almost appears that Mr. Sharad Pawar is engineering one more political drama which we are seeing unfolding, and suddenly on the floor of the House, they will all go and vote for the BJP. Right? That is the sense that I get after listening to the two of you. Nalini, would you agree?
Certainly.
Or is this a very far-fetched political controversy or conspiracy?
Sanket, we will have to draw a line at these political conspiracies. This is just an election. It's politics. I mean, you are making our lives turn upside down. We are now feeling completely unhinged. Also unhinged by what my extremely important and honorable political analysts are saying over here. Now Sharad Pawar doesn't mean he's just got you the 50 so that you can take a look and you can lust after these 50 and somebody can make a bid for them. This is not so. But on behalf of ordinary citizens and the people of India, I want to say that people of India as I know them, these are innocent people, and we are saying that, look, you've had your games. Shiv Sena broke away from its pre-poll ally, which was a huge surprise, and I'm not sure that people have forgiven them for it. At the same time, you've got another pre-poll alliance of the Congress and NCP, and they have the NCP has broken away. I mean, you are now saying that the NCP breaks away, and that is holy. They are saying that 105 of the BJP, and then Mr. Sharad Pawar will, on the day of the vote, they are going to make them. So,
but
so
the
you
point
got,
is everything's possible right now.
No, it's not possible. So finally, Sanket, you think that we are only guided by these little rules which we are looking at. What was the rule that got the very honorable governor to actually not open this to everybody? There are conventions. So if he's just going to be, just use a legality that I didn't need to invite the Chief Justice, etc., then I want to say 547. You are actually revoking the governor's rule. So somebody has to call out. One has to say what exactly is happening. When did he contact President Kovind? And when did President Kovind actually give his assent for this? So we are not, it's not as if over here one should not raise these questions. It's very important. Of
course we should.
Because otherwise we will just get lost in these somersaults that on the 30th. And also, by the way, why don't I as an Indian citizen know from Mr. Koshyari, the governor, that I have said that the floor test will be on such a date. He is probably in Delhi attending a meeting.
One moment. Sudhin Kulkarni, I want to come to you. A lot has been spoken about as far as the NCP's role is concerned. I have conducted many a debate since morning, and a lot of people seem to be suggesting, as Tehseen Poonawalla here, that don't discount that this could be or yet another somersault from the NCP can be expected, right? So this could all be a nice political drama, and at the end of the day, he'll go side with the BJP. Now, the larger point here is what's at stake for the NCP. It's a win-win. If they go with this three-party alliance, they are in power. If they go with the BJP, they are in power.
Exactly.
And if they go with the BJP, they don't have this sword of ED and CBI dangling on their head. Win-win for Mr. Sharad Pawar. Mr. Kulkarni.
Before I comment on what you have said about NCP, let me make a broader point on a very ugly development that has taken place in Maharashtra and in Indian democracy today. You know, this year, 2019, marks the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. If there is anything that we have to learn from him, it is that means should justify the ends, not ends justifying the means. If the means are unclean, the end cannot be clean. The Prime Minister has launched the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Of course, India should be clean, but shouldn't Indian politics also be clean? What has the BJP done today? It has misused the office of the governor to conduct a midnight coup. The governor has aided and abetted horse trading, splitting a party. Just take one example. Ajit Pawar, of course, he was elected as the leader of the legislative party of his party, NCP. But did the letter say that he is authorized to support the BJP? Not at all. Anyone who followed the developments in Maharashtra for the past few days, and especially yesterday, it was absolutely clear that the NCP had said that it is going to support a coalition headed by Shiv Sena, in which the Congress and NCP are together. Why did the governor accept the letter from Ajit Pawar, knowing full well that it does not authorize him to support a BJP-led government?
No, but
and today we have seen, as you yourself pointed out,
the governor,
in a NCP
as a
legislative
constitutional
party,
head or as a
50
in a constitutional
MLAs
capacity
have come together.
No,
and
Mr.
removed
Kulkarni,
Ajit Pawar
the governor
from his
as a
position.
constitutional
So it is a
authority
fraud.
will go by
It's a
what is
fraud
written in a
committed on
letter.
democracy, and this government will not last.
No, Mr. Kulkarni, I want to ask you this question. You're saying that the governor should have questioned
you
the
know,
letter.
the
My
letter
point
should be
is,
made
if
public.
the legislature party leader of a party is taking a letter, by whatever means, he is the legislature party leader. He's taking a letter. Now, how does the governor know? Are you trying to say that the governor should have known the sort of politics being played out?
The letter did not say that it is a letter for supporting a BJP-led government.
That we only
and that
know
has
now.
become absolutely abundantly clear today when the NCP again held a meeting. The governor has to go by the rules, the spirit of the rules, not participate in a conspiracy, a midnight conspiracy when even the media is kept out. For the first time, a chief minister is sworn in with the absence of the media. You people in the media should question this.
Okay. Yeah. One moment.
Which
Let me
means
just
that
introduce all my
people of
guests.
Maharashtra and people of Maharashtra, India have been kept in the dark.
Yeah. Sudhir Suryavanshi, Ketan Vaidya as well as Niranjan Shetty have also joined us. Ketan, now only yesterday in a program you said that this is the return of the regionals, right? And this morning we all know what has happened, my friend. What's your assessment now? We are talking about the role of the NCP, not the Shiv Sena, not any other, not the Congress also, but NCP. Can they be taken at face value?
Well, so the happenings of last night have created a lot of doubt. I also talked about the predatory nature of a BJP out to literally swallow all the regionals and the fear that the regionals were having, and so which led. See, you must see the body language that was evident in NCP and Shiv Sena in the evening when they were trying to support each other's MLA. What does this speak of? These are completely unlikely allies and they are supporting each other. It shows the predatory nature of BJP. And as Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni said, that all the governor put all set norms to rest. The immediate urgency. There's a small phrase or a song in Marathi which says that Ujedata hote punya andharata papa, which means that all good deeds happen in the morning and all misdeeds or all sins happen in the night. And the governor's actions are more than evident of that phrase. So clearly about NCP, it's very likely the way Pawar functions. Everyone thought that Pawar was in the know-how of that, but I spoke with people really close to him, and it also came as a shocker and a surprise of sorts. Because Pawar had made it evidently clear that we have the numbers and we are tomorrow we are going to arrive
why
at
do
something
people not
solid.
believe him?
Then why does the
Why is there a group
governor
of people who
treat
do
this
not
with
believe
tone-deaf
Mr. Sharad Pawar?
silence? Sorry, come again.
I'm saying, why is there a group of people who still don't believe Sharad Pawar? They somehow feel that he's part of this.
Well, the Congress party is 120-year-old and a party as old as the Congress. There are many negatives that get associated. Pawar's political career is 5 decades old. So I think it has something to do with, so someone with that kind of experience also gets some negative baggage along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to now go across to Mr. Niranjan Shetty as well as Asif Bhamla one by one. Mr. Shetty, to you first. Would you like to respond to the allegations of Ketan Vaidya, who feels that the BJP has a predatory nature? And this we have seen. They are an extremely aggressive party as far as government formation is concerned. Ruthless, if I may add.
While speaking, as far as I know, Ketan is a very senior most journalist. While speaking, he cited one, Marathi lyrics in which he mentioned about the, wrongdoings in the midnight. So probably I think the independence that we got at the midnight hour, would you like to, include that same? Because during those days, it was the midnight hour that we got an independence. So probably phrasing in that manner would be very unfair, that whatever we got during the night was an wrong thing.
But the independence was for everyone, not just for BJP.
Apart from that, see, basically we need to understand that all Mr. Surinder Kulkarni was trying to say that the governor abated, as you rightly said, by that time the governor wasn't aware. Secondly, all those 10 to 15 MLAs, those who were present, why didn't they raise the issue? They could clearly know that the Ajit Pawar was taking sworn in as a deputy chief minister and Mr. Devendra Fadnavis as CM. It was very much naked to the to the eye. I fail to understand. And had it not been taken objection at that point? So how does the governor come to the decision? There was
one of the other things being spoken about by the BJP through the day has been, and Mr. Sudhir Suryavanshi, I want to come to you now, is the fact that if you are so upset with an Ajit Pawar, why has he not been sacked by the meeting of the MLAs?
Whatever has been alleged about the governor's attitude or the governor's role, I think that needs to be condemned.
Okay, Sudhir Suryavanshi, one by one. Governor's role is in question as of this moment, but also in question is perhaps the duplicity of the NCP, where they have not taken any action, no action whatsoever against Ajit Pawar. He's just been removed as the legislature party leader. He's not been sacked from the party.
Yeah, if you see all events which are happening one by one, the drama is unfolding. You can clearly see that Ajit Pawar revolt is not a day revolt or something like that. Ajit Pawar must be working on this plan along with his uncle Sharad Pawar. I don't know whether Sharad Pawar really in the loop, but he was really aware that Ajit Pawar has something in his mind, but he didn't know that he will revolt in such a way. Earlier Ajit Pawar has revolted, but that revolt was very small, and that was controlled by Sharad Pawar. And what you say, why Ajit Pawar was not sacked from the party or expelled from the party? I would like to tell, blood is thicker than the water. Ajit Pawar is a nephew of the Sharad Pawar, and the Sharad Pawar has seen Ajit Pawar from his childhood, and he know how to handle Ajit Pawar. In the past several times he has done it, and Sharad Pawar has controlled it. So now Sharad Pawar must be hoping, not sooner or later, Ajit Pawar will come back. So therefore, as a part of the strategy, when in the morning there were 30 MLAs with him, when he took the deputy CM oath, then after the ceremony, then we came to that the number has drastically come down to 15. Then after it went to 12, then 10, 8, 9. Now he has got only 4 MLAs, including him. The Pawar has been playing the mind game with Ajit Pawar. He knows how to defeat his nephew. So the number has been reduced. So the confidence of the Ajit Pawar will drastically come down. Now he will realize they will not able to form the government with the BJP with the 4 number. They at least need more 20 MLAs. And the important thing I just want to tell you, the close aide of the Ajit Pawar, who was the Dhananjay Munde, who was with him when the meeting, confidential meeting took place at the Varsha Bungalow between Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar, and Munde was there. So the person who knew everything, if he can come back, so why Ajit Pawar will remain?
Okay.
So Ajit Pawar will have no option.
Some a news update coming in at this moment.
To protect himself.
There's a missing complaint that has been filed against an NCP MLA. His name is Daulat Daroda. There's a missing complaint that has been filed. Those details are now out. My colleague Saurabh Gupta is breaking this information. Pawan Kheda, the spokesperson of the Congress party, is also with us. Good evening, Mr. Kheda. Now, one of the criticism that came towards the Congress party was from your own members, starting with Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, then Priya Dutt, then Milind Deora, all of them seeming to suggest that it is this delay that was caused, the delay on the part of the Congress High Command, which has led to a situation like this. You are the cause of the trouble, say your own people.
No, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it. I wouldn't really like to comment on this particular aspect, because this has nothing to do with what has happened. It's got nothing to do with the Congress.
No, your own people
Mr.
are saying
Ajit Pawar
this, Mr.
decides
Kheda.
to go rogue. No, fair enough. They have absolutely, in our party, we are free to say what we need to say, whatever we wish to say. I mean, I wouldn't really like to comment on what my colleagues have said. Having said that, Mr. Ajit Pawar decides to go rogue. What has that got to do with the Congress? Whenever we had decided, supposing we were ready with everything a week ago, this would have still happened, because the so-called Chanakya, who's nothing but a money bag, sitting as a Home Minister of India, would have done this even then. भाई आप एक ही बार बता दीजिए कि मोदी है तो क्या क्या मुमकिन है. ये बार बार मत बताइए कि ये भी मुमकिन है, संविधान की हत्या भी मुमकिन है, आधी रात को राष्ट्रपति को जगाना भी मुमकिन है. All that is fine. Just tell us once for all. What all will you do before you finally lose an election? Whether it's Goa, whether it's Karnataka, whether it's Manipur, whether it's Uttarakhand, whether it's Arunachal Pradesh, everywhere. And sorry to say, but some people in your fraternity celebrate the Chanakya. What is Chanakya? Pura paisa kharch karne mein. Aap give me the same kind of money and access to the agencies and see what I do, see what you can do. All of us can do this. But there is a value system, there is respect for the Constitution. This country can only be run through the Constitution of India. I know you have questions in your mind. Where is ideology in all of this? Sorry. What is the larger evil we are fighting right now? You can ask the left to go slightly, be moderate on your ultra-leftism. You can ask the right to go moderate on your ultra-rightism. You can't ask the centrists कि आप थोड़े कम centrist हो जाइए. हमारी ideology, we have not compromised with it one bit. We are absolutely steadfast on our ideology. We have to save this country and the Constitution of India from being plundered and destroyed the way it was done last night, for example.
No,
if everything is in order, where was the need to do it in the middle of the night?
One moment, Mr. Kheda. The allegation over here by one of the panelists is that you can go ahead and ally with people of differing ideologies, right? Your sworn enemies, as they were, and then if the BJP tries to do that, they become the villains.
No,
despite
not
having
at all.
105.
You do it, but do it in the right manner. Let's have a floor test tomorrow. What business does this hitman of Amit Shah, Mr. Governor, have to give 7 days, 8 days uncertain? I don't know what is the date of the floor test. Some journalists say it's 30th November. I don't see it anywhere officially.
Unclear. It's unclear.
To Shiv Sena, they gave 24 hours and didn't even respect that 24-hour period. So आप हिटमैन को गवर्नर बनाते हैं, सारी प्रक्रिया की धज्जियां उड़ाते हैं, फिर कहते हैं हम करें तो क्यों गलत और आपने कर दिया. अरे आपने भी तो वहां पीडीपी से किया था, दुष्यंत चौटाला से आपने भी तो हाथ मिलाए हैं. It's not the first time. The question is not kaun kisse haath mila raha hai. Okay? The question is, are you following the law of the land? Are you following the constitutional provisions? Are you appearing to be fair as governor? Forget being fair, at least appear to be fair. Suddenly in the middle of the night, आपने जगा दिया सबको. Why? What was the hurry? What was the emergency?
Okay,
आप किससे डर रहे थे पहले तो ये बताइए.
No, Pawan Kheda, my final question to you. A lot is being spoken about the NCP, that this is going to be a win-win situation wherever they go. If they stay with this three-party alliance, it's a winning combination for them. If they go with the Bharatiya Janata Party, it will be a winning combination for them. Perhaps the sword of the CBI and ED will not hang around them or around their neck.
So that's a very, very, again a very simplistic way of looking at it.
Okay.
If you understand the Maratha politics, they are not ones to surrender to ED notices, for God's sake. You've been a student of history too. You know what the Maratha history is. आप एक ED notice से डरा देंगे, चिदम्बरम को डरा पाए, forget Maratha history. चिदम्बरम को डरा पाए, DK शिवकुमार को डरा पाए. If Mr. Amit Shah sitting in his ivory tower thinks कि हम सबको डरा देंगे ED, CBI, income tax से, तो माफ कीजिएगा, हम लोग कोई डरपोक नहीं बैठे. After all, we fought for the independence of this country. We only thrive when we struggle. And I know Mr. Sharad Pawar also belongs to, his DNA is the same. He only fights, he struggles, and then he outshines everybody else. We are absolutely confident about it.
Okay.
ये डराने वालों को खुद डर रहे हैं, तभी तो आधी रात को करवाते हैं ये सारे काम.
Okay. One interesting comment came from Sanjay Raut of the Shiv Sena and also a lot of leaders of the Congress that the BJP acted like thieves in the night, surreptitiously like thieves in the night. That seems to be the comment. Let's see what exactly happens. Pawan Kheda, this is not the final twist. We counted till last count. There were about 15 over the past 23 days. 15 and counting. Thank you so much, Mr. Kheda, for joining us here on NDTV. Let's go full frame to those pictures that you see right in the middle. These are significant pictures because the NCP MLAs one by one are now coming out of that meeting hall and they seem to be moving in the direction of a destination unknown. I'm unaware.
Renaissance Hotel in Mumbai, Powai. Ironically, this is the same hotel where the Congress MLAs from Karnataka were kept hostage by BJP and DK Shiv Kumar was not allowed in. This is the Renaissance Hotel, Powai. That they are being taken to. Believe you me. You can say it first on NDTV.
How are you so aware?
I'm telling you this. And this is why I keep questioning Sharad Pawar. Why in the same hotel where Congress MLAs were kept and the hotel's management, in my opinion, sort of did not allow DK Shiv Kumar to come in, thereby helping Devendra Fadnavis, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but DK Shiv Kumar was not allowed in.
No, but
why are the MLAs kept in the same hotel? Everyone in Mumbai knows Sharad Pawar
Let me ask my producers. We should check with our correspondents. My colleague should check whether this bus is going to the Renaissance Hotel in Powai. Saurabh Gupta will be there with us on a live link to confirm what Tehseen Poonawalla seems to be saying. He seems to suggest that Sharad Pawar is taking his MLAs to a BJP-friendly hotel.
Okay? I'm not saying that. I'm saying this hotel helped BJP. That's all I'm saying.
That's exactly what you're saying. It's a BJP-friendly hotel.
Stand guard there.
Such symbolism.
Yeah.
That we are being weak.
Anyone wants to comment? Let's have our guests on air.
Dhananjay Munde is looking quite happy.
Yeah, Dhananjay Munde is happy.
On the Pawan Khera's
Sure. Please go ahead, sir.
I think you allowed Mr. Pawan Khera to speak on one-sided this thing. He spoke about that Congress fought for the independence.
No, one moment. Niranjan Shetty, let me, for the benefit of our viewers, just tell everyone it is the Congress party's strategy that their spokespersons will not participate in a debate. I would have loved to have them participate in this debate. It's that party which has decided that they do not want to participate in a debate and want a one-on-one conversation. That's the reason why. I also agree it's a weird rule. I don't know which world they're living in, but I mean, it's unfortunate. But that's that.
Fair enough.
Does anyone on the ground have a count of how many MLAs are finally there? Because we are going by various numbers.
Sanket, let me complete.
Ketan, your former colleagues will be counting. Don't worry. They'll let you know. Yeah.
I just wanted to point out one thing, Sanket. The issue was about like Pawan Khera speaking about the Congress, giving their life to for the sake of the independence. But he forgets that it was the same Veer Savarkar whom they did not even call for the celebrations of the independence India at just opposite his house at Shivaji Park. This is what it is, Congress. Secondly, he spoke about the following the democracy and the rule of the land. Okay, basically, almost more than 132 times they have imposed
one moment.
President's rule.
I have to stop you there. There seems to be some breaking news which I have to give to my viewers. A breaking news update for our viewers. Tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. is when the Supreme Court is going to hear the urgent petition of NCP, Sena and Congress. 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, the Supreme Court is going to hear the latest writ petition which has been filed.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday, yes.
Is CJI back tomorrow? Because
Yes,
he's
he is.
today here.
Yeah.
And one more information, if I'm allowed to give, they filed it under Article 32. They haven't filed it so far, what I've been told, under the Representatives Act. That's what I've been told. It's a writ under Article 32 for your viewers.
I'm only going to go by the information that we get from our.
I've read the petition, hence I'm saying.
One
I've read the Shiv Sena petition, hence I'm
Saurabh
saying.
Gupta is now on the phone line. Saurabh, some experts and okay, Saurabh Gupta is now live with us. Saurabh, some experts and political analysts over here, Tehseen particularly, seems to be suggesting that this bus is going to a BJP-friendly hotel called Renaissance in Powai.
सर हाँ आपको फ्रेम मिल रहा है ना
Okay. The absolute commotion and chaos. Well, you know, that's part of part of the reportage.
Also,
Yes,
you know,
Nalini.
just balance it by what the news that you've just broken. 11:30 tomorrow. Who goes to the Supreme Court? The Congress plus the Shiv Sena plus the NCP,
Yeah.
which according to some other panelists is going to walk out and support the BJP on the 30th or whenever the vote is slated for. What I want to say is that we can speculate and we can do this, but not to the extent of this kind of insanity amongst which we are communicating to our voters.
Correct.
And also going back to the Honorable Governor. You know, he said that there wasn't, he has to, or perhaps you were saying that you just, the CLP leader goes and gives a letter. And so the governor accepts it. Actually, the governor has a very efficient and good office.
Okay.
He's not there on his own. And a verification procedure
Okay.
is not that difficult.
Yes,
and therefore,
I'll come back to you, Nalini.
Yeah.
Saurabh Gupta, I believe, is now back with us. Saurabh, any confirmation on where this bus is going? Which hotel?
Well, absolutely. You know, this on this side is, of course, the bus which is transporting the NCP MLAs to their hotel in Mumbai. On the other side, if I can show you, that's Sharad Pawar emerging after what he would call a victorious day. Now, this is, of course, Sharad Pawar after a day of meeting his MLAs, where in the morning he suffered a setback, but pulled back from it by the evening. Obviously, this is something that is quite dramatic now, as you can see. Sharad Pawar now getting into his car, smiles and cheers amidst his party MLAs, and party supporters, waving and shouting as he waves to them. Clearly, Sharad Pawar has brought the NCP back to his fold. His nephew has revolted, but he's still in charge of the party, as it's quite clear right now. Sharad Pawar obviously now getting into the car. He will, of course, head home, but his MLAs have boarded the bus that will take them to the hotel where he is going to stay. Mr. Pawar there, of course, accompanied by Supriya Sule, Chhagan Bhujbal also here. And this is something that Mr. Pawar is, you can see Mr. Pawar here, obviously. Supriya Sule right here. Ma'am, Supriya ma'am. Ma'am, just one comment. How many MLAs have returned, ma'am? How many have returned? You're happy? I see a smile on your face. Clearly flashing the victory smile, showing her party's logo, victory smile. And that's, of course, how happy the NCP is. She didn't say anything, but clearly pointing to the clocks, the symbol of the NCP, and flashing the victory sign, saying that, of course, this is a victory of Mr. Pawar by bringing the NCP MLAs who had protested back into his fold. And there, of course, you can see Supriya Sule there again. These are visuals from outside the YB Chavan Center where the NCP met. Mr. Pawar now leaving, and you can see others also. So there's going to be massive now crowd here, and obviously this is something that is happening as we speak. Mr. Pawar leaving along with Supriya Sule, and there you can see him. Of course. Ma'am, from this one moment.
Bye. All days are happy for me. All 365 days are happy.
That's Supriya Sule, of course, speaking to supporters here, telling supporters to be careful as she leaves. So obviously this is... 3G ke mere paas pair hai. No, I'm there. Don't worry. So obviously Supriya Sule there, some people trying to also get interviews, but Supriya Sule flashing the victory sign and also, pointing to the NCP symbol, which is the clock. And this is something that is, as we speak, Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule leaving, clearly regaining control of the party after that setback in the morning, and saying it is of course a happy day for them. And this of course is important because this also, remember, very importantly settles a very important issue for the NCP, which is the succession debate within the NCP.
3 important things, please. Number 1, where is that bus going in Mumbai? Number 2, is Supriya Sule and Sharad Pawar, are they going to accompany their MLAs to that destination? There seems to be a controversy around the hotel. There are some experts who seem to suggest that this bus is going to a BJP-friendly hotel.
The car has left and the bus will... They are going to the Renaissance Hotel in Powai, which is the same hotel where, ironically, the BJP MLAs who rebelled in Karnataka were also put up. It's a secluded place, so it's easy to put up rebels there. One entry, and the other entries are all, surrounded by a lake that has crocodiles, so nobody would dare enter from those sides. So all kinds of possibilities of any MLA, like the types we saw in Karnataka, where there was a
theory
wall,
over here. One moment, Saurabh, one moment. The conspiracy theory over here is that this was the same hotel where the Congress MLAs were made to stay in Mumbai. It is known or criticized as being a BJP-friendly hotel where DK Shivkumar himself was not allowed, and we know what events unfolded. And this choice of hotel in the whole city of Mumbai is a peculiar one.
It has, frankly speaking, it has several advantages, Sanket, like I was saying. One is it's surrounded by a lake that has crocodiles. So, in Karnataka, we had, reports of a car waiting on the other side. So nobody's trying to, nobody's at least trying to swim away for sure. And it has one entry and exit, which is guarded, and one road leading up to it. So there's no chance of anyone going up and down without being noticed. So that is one of the things. So nobody, given what we've seen, given the amount of drama we've seen, we can't rule anything out really. But of course, here is the bus. You can see all these MLAs, seated in the bus. Mr. Pawar's car has left. There's another bus on the other side as well. But obviously, the NCP MLA is now being moved to a hotel in Mumbai as, the NCP has managed to bring its flock back together in dramatic, bizarre fashion. At one point, there were 2 Sena leaders who had stopped an NCP MLA at the airport, convinced him to return, and they drove him back to this YB Chavan Center where the NCP MLAs were meeting. So that's the kind of drama we've seen today from morning to evening.
Saurabh, go catch a breath, and we'll come back to you because this night has just begun, only just begun for you. Very long day ahead tomorrow as well, and we'll keep these visuals on the screen as there is continuous development there as far as the NCP MLAs are concerned. Mr. Kulkarni, let me now come back to you. How would you respond to this latest twist and conspiracy? Frankly, as a journalist, I can't rule out any possibility, especially given the twists and turns. I mean, the allegation or the conspiracy around the choice of the hotel. How would you respond?
Yeah. First of all, this whole discussion on the choice of the hotel is absolutely silly.
Okay.
Let's not spend any airtime on discussing that matter. The point is the NCP held a meeting.
Mr. Kulkarni, I'll come back. My apologies, I'll come back to you. Mr. Surjewala is speaking. Let's cut across live.
And they have intimated to us that the petition instituted by the three political parties will be heard on Sunday tomorrow at 11:30. We are very confident that the majesty of law and the constitution will prevail, and forces led by Bharatiya Janata Party, who've taken a contract for murder of democracy, will get a befitting reply through the majesty of law and by upholding of the constitution. We have requested for an urgent and immediate floor test based on the precedents set by this honorable court in case of Karnataka, where BJP had put in place an illegitimate Yadurappa government, and which fell on account of the floor test having been ordered within 2 days. We expect the Honorable Supreme Court to examine the constitutional and legal aspects and give appropriate justice. Thank you.
This came from the Chief Justice's residence?
Well, we cannot say that. We only went to the registry of the court and requested the registry. It is for the registry of the court to take appropriate instructions as per their own internal procedure, on which I am nobody to comment upon.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
इसका निर्णय भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट की रजिस्ट्री करेगी. आप जब कल मामला आएगा तो आप देख लेंगे कि कौन कौन हमारी नुमाइंदगी करेगा. मैं एक बात और जोड़ना चाहता हूं. आदरणीय उच्चतम न्यायालय, सुप्रीम कोर्ट और उनके न्यायाधीशों का के हम शुक्रगुजार हैं कि आज छुट्टी वाले दिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट की रजिस्ट्री ने हमारी याचिका स्वीकार की, और कल छुट्टी वाले दिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस केस की अर्जेंसी को देखते हुए, संविधान और कानून की अनुपालना को देखते हुए इसको कल सुनने पर अपनी अनुमति दी. इसके लिए हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट के न्यायाधीशों के शुक्रगुजार हैं. वी आर डीपली ग्रेटफुल to the Honorable Chief Justice and Justices of the Supreme Court that the registry of the Supreme Court accepted the petition on a Saturday evening.